Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your
Defendants in this case were all members of the military unit 74455 of the Russian Main Intelligence Directorate, known as the GRU. 6 current and former officers in Unit 74455 are accused of the following disruptive and destructive attacks alleged in the indictment. In December of 2015 and 2016, the conspirators launched destructive malware attacks against the electric power grid in the Ukraine. These were the first reported destructive malware attacks against the control systems of civilian critical infrastructure. These attacks turned out the lights and turned off the heat in the middle of the Eastern European winter, as the lives of hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian men, women, and children went dark and cold. Next, the conspirators turned their sights on the Winter Olympics, a forum where the international community, despite recurring conflict, comes together to celebrate the common pursuit of physical prowess and mental toughness. The conspirators, feeling the embarrassment of international penalties related to Russia's state-sponsored doping program, that is, cheating, took it upon themselves to undermine the games. Their cyber attack combined the emotional maturity of a petulant child with the resources of a nation-state. They conducted spearfishing campaigns against South Korea, the host of the Winter Games, as well as the International Olympic Committee, Olympic partners, and athletes. Then, during the opening ceremony, they launched the Olympic Destroyer malware, which deleted data from thousands of computers supporting the games, rendering them inoperable.
So that's fabulous. That happened yesterday. That's John Demers, the Assistant Attorney General for National Security at the United States Department of Justice. He announced unsealed charges accusing 6 Russian military intelligence officers of an aggressive worldwide hacking campaign. And the one part that I didn't include, I should have, is they also hacked the French election. In France, they were having themselves a little election, and the Russians decided that they would release documents just as France was beginning to vote in their presidential election back in 2017. And what they chose to release was a combination of genuine documents and counterfeit documents, altered documents. So it's sort of like a purposely released and purposely edited documents to cast doubt in the minds of Emmanuel Macron in favor of, remember Marine Le Pen, the white supremacist far-right candidate that Moscow loved? So that's what Russia got popped for yesterday. Now, it's the exact same unit that hacked Hillary Clinton's emails. It's the GRU unit, the Russian intelligence unit 74455. And these are the people in Russia that do this kind of hacking. And you have a president who says nobody ever gets hacked. Now, for that statement alone, when you go to unpack all these lies that he can pack into a sentence or two, you have to realize Trump cannot be president of the United States if he doesn't understand cyber hacking, cybersecurity. He doesn't understand that we do it. He doesn't know what Stuxnet is. He says nobody gets hacked. It doesn't happen. Well, there's his Assistant Attorney General for National Security, John Demers, unsealing yesterday charges against 6 Russian military intelligence officers who are now charged with an aggressive worldwide hacking campaign that cost billions of dollars. And you know, the dollars that it cost was against American companies. It was like the maker of Ritz crackers, believe it or not. It was, the Ukrainian power grid. People were freezing, and they were left in the freezing cold in Ukraine. But it was also, American companies. And they try, the Russians tried to blame it on the South Koreans and all that. And we finally, got enough. They hacked hospitals in Western Pennsylvania. The Russians did. medical facilities in Western Pennsylvania. They hacked Merck, the pharmaceutical giant. $700 million in damages. Oreo cookies, they hacked them. And Ritz crackers, $100 million worth of damage. Seriously. But the president of the United States says it doesn't happen. So right there, he cannot be president of the United States if he thinks that doesn't happen. There were 7 breaches that together showed how Russia loves to hack institutions and to upend elections and to create controversy in elections by putting out a mixture of genuine documents and altered documents. Now, we've never seen Hunter Biden's laptop, and you will never see Hunter Biden's laptop because it's not Hunter Biden's laptop. Because if it was Hunter Biden's laptop, the FBI has had Hunter Biden's supposed laptop, the one in Delaware. The blind man who fixes computers in Delaware while Hunter lives in L.A. turned this computer over to the FBI in 2019. Do you know that? So whenever there's a crime, you make a timeline. Just doesn't add up. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. This is all so that Donald Trump can put some accusations out there, baseless ones, and make people think that there's some criminal activity with the Biden. Oh, no, not some criminal. I take it back. That they are a criminal, that they are a crime family. The Bidens are. Yeah, Jill Biden's a real gun moll. Svetlana over there in the White House, I don't know what to say about her, but, you know, what's her name? Melania. Sorry. Gary in California.
Hi, Randy. Terry, Ventura. Randy, thank you for taking my call. Randy, I wish to share with you the urgency which the editorial in the Los Angeles Times last Sunday posted on their editorial page, that being the very good likelihood that Donald Trump will be so desperate he'll do everything possible to steal the election. And I thought the most critical point they made, and of the several points they made, is what will create a crisis-like atmosphere, and that will be the deadline that the legal word they used escapes me, but there is a statute requiring that the electors be chosen date certain of December 8th, I believe.
Yeah.
And there is an effort, believe it or not, by your U.S. Senator Rubio, so the article points out, to move up that date to a later date so there will be no crisis atmosphere, which will force Donald Trump's lawyers to take action. And if we can move up that date, it will really reduce the chance that Donald Trump can steal this election, okay? The only constitutional requirement, Randy, I believe, is that the electors' votes be counted on the first day that the Congress meets. Other than that, it's only by statute, so it can be changed. And I think this is a critical cause, Randy. Wish to share it with you. Thank you.
I've already talked about it a million times that they will send 2 slates of electors. You know, it's just chaos. It's what he'll do when he loses, and the whole thing's going to be litigated. You understand that? The thing that scares me the most is not the chaos and not the confusion. And not the exhaustion that the American people have already experienced throughout these last 4 years. What scares me is the violence. If you have, a close state, Ohio is probably going to be very close. Florida's always, always close. I'm just terrified that instead of having the congressional staffers in their little khakis and their blue button-down shirts banging on supervisors' windows to let us in, that this time he's going to call out his 3%ers, he's going to call out his Boogaloo Boys, he's going to call out his Bikers for Trump, and they're going to be, just like that militia group in Michigan, they're going to be the ones that are threatening election supervisors with violence. That's what scares me.
Randy, I'm fully aware of that, and your points are well taken, but I think the view of the Los Angeles Times trying to prevent him from stealing the election is the legal aspect of having a date certain. If that can be moved up, which Senator Rubio apparently favors, Trump's lawyers can't argue, hey, we have to have this determined tomorrow, and therefore, since the process is required by statute, it will remove that timeline so that they can't say, hey, this is emergency.
All right, so let's think this through real quick, Gary, all right? House passes it, Senate passes it, it goes to Trump's desk to sign into law. What do you think happens there?
I know, I hear you on that.
So why am I going to go deep into that when I know it's impossible?
Right.
Just to shorthand all of this, rigmarole, to shorthand all the possible outcomes, anything by statute, anything that needs to be done by law goes to Trump's desk. Unless you get 2/3 of the House, 2/3 of the Senate, and they override anything that he vetoes. I mean, come on. That is not likely. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.